Flashback!
If you had your choice, Paul, would you rather be kicked by a mule or by an ostrich?
They both sound pretty good to me.
We have some guests in the studio that we need to get to.
Let's talk to Steve first. Steve, now is it Mace?
Mace.
Mace, okay, I'm sorry. Just kind of like the stuff that Annette sprays in my face every time I try to do something. Okay. Now, Steve, your mom talked to me a little bit about you doing the Elvis thing, the Elvis impersonator kind of thing. Now what? I don't see that in you right now, the way you look. But
Yeah.
but you get all decked out and do the whole Elvis thing, or what?
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to get my face right. You know, a lot of makeup and everything.
Okay.
Just like Elvis.
Actually, actually looks like a young Elvis.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah. The thin Elvis. Lee looks like the other one. But anyway, have you ever seen Lee perform his doing his Elvis thing?
yeah, I've been on the show, Lee Goodman show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tribute in itself, I think. Yeah.
So how long have you
Anyway,
been performing
go
as
ahead.
Elvis?
I've been doing it live just the last couple years, but I started when I was about 4 singing Elvis songs. So
Now is Mom a big fan of Elvis?
Mom's a big fan of Elvis.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Okay.
What is your favorite Elvis tune?
Fever. I like Fever.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think Mom was about ready to coach you there for a second if you didn't say the right one.
Is that why her fist was balled up?
Yeah. Say fever, damn it. You're not gonna rip your pants or let wind or anything like
Yeah,
that.
No.
Eat a peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah,
I
Eat a
mean,
peanut
those are
butter.
good. Those are good.
So now, do you eat them on stage? A little peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
No,
Or take a break here.
right before I go on. Right before I go on. So I got to get that energy.
Peanut butter
you know.
towel and the
Yeah.
peanut butter
Can we get a
sandwich.
little sample? Give
Yeah.
us a
What do you think? Are you ready for a little sample? Can you do a little number for us real quick?
Little Elvis real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do little Are You Lonesome Tonight?
Okay.
Okay. Shoot.
Go ahead.
Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me tonight? Are you sorry we drifted apart? Does your memory stray to a bright sunny day when I kissed you and called you sweetheart?
It's getting warm in here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
cow,
Steve.
Oh man, he's got the lip and he's got the leg thing moving and he's sitting down.
And he's sitting down,
You the
acapella.
Mac Elvis, dude.
Elvis is alive! He's alive!
Oh my
And he's
goodness.
thin.
Yeah, thin.
He lost weight.
I do have a question for you. That's great. What do you think about the concert shows about Elvis on that they're performing now? They're
What?
in New York with Elvis and his old band. And what do you think about that show?
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Like, it gives the people a chance who didn't get to see Elvis when he was alive to see kind of what it would be like. You get to see the original background group that was with him, and I think that's a good thing.
It's me. Ouch. Oh, that hurt. Okay. It's me, Trixie. Okay. Here's a special public service announcement. Okay. Okay. A car battery is too heavy to use with a Walkman. So you need to, do something different. Okay.
Call into him.
$500 in a tie game. The great writer George Bernard Shaw once wrote, "It's such a wonderful thing. What a crime to waste it on children." What is it?
A whipping.
Attention allergy commercial sufferers. It's allergy commercial season again. If you suffer from allergy commercials, get relief. Get Atarest. Just one shot and... Atarest works on headache and pesky hemorrhoid commercials too.
Wow, it really works.
From Smith & Wesson.
It began as child's play, but soon spread its fury around the globe. turning normal citizens into angry mobs. Don't miss the most horrifying spectacle of modern times. Beanie Babies, the movie.
Sorry, ma'am, we're out of Beanie Babies. How about some Hot Wheels?
What? I'll kill you! Come here, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna rip you! Hey, no!
Beanie Babies, the movie.
I've gotta have that flamingo. It's the only one we don't have. Look, I'll give you $100.
Stand back, lady, or I'll flush it down this toilet. I mean it, I will.
Due to the violent nature of this film, no one over 16 will be admitted.
Now showing everywhere.
You want some fast food? I say let's go to Burger King. You prefer Roy Rogers. I think you'll eat anything. Anything would be better than greasy meat and soggy fries. You drive to McDonald's, get 6 Big Macs and cherry pies. We ate the fast food, chewed it up and swallowed it down. You made sound so rude. Open the window before I pass out. God, this song is boring. Every verse sounds just the same. I know it's folk music, but does it have to sound so lame? I remember when I was writing down the song. Didn't think it would go so long. Took about an hour to get it done. Who'd have thought it'd be number one? 'Cause I only know 2 chords on this guitar. I cannot believe that I got this far, got this far, got this far. See, I think the song's got a problem. I started off singing about fast food, then I went off on a tangent. I started singing about myself. Boy, my hairdo's funny. I think I look just like Buckwheat. Sing like Joni Mitchell. Use a lot of words that never rhyme. So remember when you hear me playing on the air, I'm the one with the goofy hair. My album's doing really well, so why am I depressed as hell? 'Cause I write tunes that just go on too long. I have no idea how to end this song, end this song, end this song.
I've always had trouble with priests. I was married by a rabbi, I think. I'm not sure of that. I think my grandfather had bought a speech for $5, and all the brothers used that speech. My dear parents, for many years you have toiled and labored for my happiness. We had no idea what the hell we were talking about. But we did the whole thing, and it was only $1 apiece for each speech. I was in the Plaza Hotel, and there's a priest standing there. And he recognizes me. He says, "Aren't you Groucho Marx?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "My mother's crazy about that quiz show you do." And I said to him, "I didn't know you fellas had mothers." And I continued. I said, "I always thought it was Immaculate Conception." Then I was in Montreal. I made a quick exit out of the elevator. I was in Montreal, and a priest comes up to me, puts out his hand. He says, "I want to thank you for all the joy you put into this world." And I shook his hand, and I said, "And I want to thank you for all the joy you've taken out of this world."
There was a guy who was eating some soup in a restaurant, and his glass eye fell into his bowl, and he mistook it for a large green pea and swallowed it. And he didn't want the doctor to know that he was so stupid he would eat his own glass eye, so he didn't mention it when he went to the doctor's office to get this eye out. He said, "Well, Doc, I have a little congestion in my tract." He said, "See what you can do, Doc." So get up on the table and kneel on all four. So the doctor walked around the back of him, and when the doctor looked up, there was his eye. Doc looked and said, now, look, the first thing you got to do is trust me. I'll tell you about this faith healer. There was an old couple in the front room of their home, and they were rocking. They had their rocking chairs, and they were comfortable because the home was almost paid for. They'd been living there 53 years, $17,000 place. And they were comfortable and content. This faith healer came on the radio. He said, I can heal you tonight. If you in the sound of my voice this evening, I can heal you tonight. If you want to be healed, put one hand on your radio, put one hand on what you want healed. The old lady reached over and put one hand on the radio and put one hand on the old tired heart and kept humming and singing, wade in the water, wade in the water, children. Her husband looked over and said, well, what the hell can I lose? He reached over and put one hand on the radio and sneaked one hand down his lap. He said, wade in the water, wade in the water, children. His wife looked over at him. She said, Al, he said he could heal, not raise the dead.
Colin.
Not the secret square, but $800 in the championship, Paul. We all know, Paul, that men have female hormones in their bodies. But does a woman have male hormones in her body?
Occasionally.
Professor, is Godzilla dead?
No. They can't die so easily.
There's no wrong way to eat a peanut butter cup. Marv Albert, how do you eat yours?
Come here, baby. I'll show you how to bite one of these.
Hey, no, stay away. Hey, get away.
This week, you're looking at a guy who's been married for 49 years to the same woman. This week. 49 years. Where have I failed? In love with one woman 49 years. My wife finds out she'd kill me. People ask, how did it last so long? Here's the secret. My wife and I go to a lovely restaurant like this twice a week. Little candlelight, a little wine. She goes Tuesdays, I go Fridays. I said, where do you want to go for your anniversary? She said, I want to go somewhere I've never been before. I said, try the kitchen. She lost all her credit cards. I'm not going to report it. Why should I? One of found spends less than she does. She will buy anything marked down. Last week she brought home an escalator. All she does is shop all day. Once she was sick for a week, 3 stores went under. She has housework. I bought electric iron, electric dishwasher, electric dryer. She said, too many gadgets around. She had no place to sit down. What did I do? Bought her electric chair. She ran after the garbage man. Am I too late for the garbage? She says, no, jump in. Take my wife, please.
Simmons. Maybe you remember me by my old name, Richard Simmons. But those days of being a cutesy, curly-haired exercise pansy are all behind me. Now that I've finally discovered what most Americans have known all along, it's easier to just take steroids and lift weights. So now I'm inviting you to throw away that embarrassing workout video I used to peddle called Sweatin' to the Oldies. Geez, that stuff's wimpy. Ugh. Now I'm proud to present my new workout video, Dick Simmons, Stinking to Speed Metal. With this video and a good pair of headphones, you'll lift weights to the music of Metallica, Suicidal Tendencies, and my favorite, Megadeth. That is, if you can take it. Come on, you guys. Keep up your pussy chub butts. All right, now 200 pounds on each arm. Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Simmons, stinking to speed metal. And now, stinking to metal for overweight grandmothers. Ask for it at video stores everywhere.
If you had your choice, Paul, would you rather be kicked by a mule or by an ostrich?
They both sound pretty good to me.
Began with the Italian mobsters, followed by the Cuban gangs. Then came the Russian underworld. Who would be next to take control? Jebediah Scorsese presents The Clogfather, the rise of the Amish Mafia. Ishmael Johnson is the Clogfather, the meanest, cruelest, most ruthless Don of them all.
So, boys, how's business, Nick?
Hey, we're doing good, Clogfather. We run all the barn raisins, take the grease off the churns and the quilt making, but I hear the Mennonites are moving in on our turf.
Why, those punks? But you know what to do.
You got it, Clogfather.
Later that day, the worst season of made-for-TV mob movies isn't over yet. The Clogfather. Rated H for horse-drawn.
You're listening to radio's finest technology gone haywire.
We're really sorry.
Don Nichols, please. Don?
Hi, Don.
Hi. If you get a chance, we could use heat in the apartment.
Say, Don, you are very superstitious, okay?
Okay.
All right, so you go... so you go to a brook and you catch a frog. Then you rub it on your face. Just what is that supposed to do?
That's supposed to put you in a state hospital.
Howdy, Weaver. Hey, Big Chuck. Yeah. According to recent research...
Lay it on me.
Okay, is the average American male today at his physical peak at age 20, 30, or 40?
Peter, I haven't had a peak since I was 40.
Call in to win, please.
Call in to win $600. Eddie Fisher said recently, I am sorry for them both. Who or what was he referring to?
Oh, his fans.
Hello. I heard you talking, and I know you do it all the time, first of all. That's the most important thing. And one of the things is we all live in places that have square rooms or round rooms, depending upon which order. But sometimes level orb lines break down on you, though, but it doesn't matter because you can go to a different place. And this one cute guy I know is so cute, and we always go out to lunch, and he takes me to nice places because then the way that you get treated that is different, but not like a bad thing. And my girlfriends could start like an exchange program that you don't have to get married and you can have children and do anything. You could have a career, you could have many careers and still be an interior decorator or that. So that's what I think, and I just thought you would want to know, right? Right.
Charlie Weaver? Yes.
True or false? Studies in Sweden show that people who get false teeth often lose their interest in sex.
Yes, but it's a poor substitute. That's all I have to say.
Wendy?
Don Knotts.
Don, you've been having trouble getting to sleep. Or are you probably a man or a woman?
That's what's been keeping me awake at night.
Hold on for a minute. Here's a little eating tip from someone who knows. Now, I know you're thinking about food. You're sitting in here, and you're talking about the news and the weather and the sports, local news and current events and all that. But you know what? You ain't fooling me for a second. I know you got food on your mind. Yeah, you wish you could eat here in the studio, but you can't, can you? I know. Well, here's a little eating tip from someone who knows. The next time you're eating out and you only got enough money for, say, half-pounder, 5 or 6 tacos, or burrito, maybe 2 big hunks of pie, well, go to one of those Mexican restaurants where they give you a huge basket of chips and salsa before your meal. Now, most of them don't charge for this, you see. And if you play your cards right, you can get them to fill up that basket of chips about 7 or 8 times before you even order. Hoo-hoo! It's all free. And sometimes, if you can fill up on the chips and salsa, you don't have to stay for the meal. Just get up and say, changed my mind, thanks anyhow. And you've eaten for free. Absolutely free. Isn't that great? Well, pretty clever, I think. It's like, an all-you-can-eat free chips and salsa smorgasbord. And it's all in my new book. You want to write this down? Okay. All your food questions answered. I'm going to try to make a few bucks, because the more money I make, the more I can eat. So buy the book. See you later.
When I worked in this place, and there was 3 acts in the bill besides myself. There was a dance team who gave a very poor demonstration in breath control. There was a girl singer who was the worst, This girl singer was so bad. After her first song, the audience asked for a glass of water. Well, one night the boss told her to stop singing while the waiters were serving. She was terrible to look at, to an ugly girl, terrible to look at, All night long, the audience kept yelling, "Up in front!" Then the other act I worked with was a rabies-infected dog act. And I didn't get along with these dogs at all. Very bitter dogs, I mean, they knocked around in show business for years. They couldn't get ahead. Very bitter dogs, bitter dogs. Every night they used to bark at my punchlines, In fact, I remember one night one of the dogs told me that Lassie was just lucky, The dog told me Lassie got ahead, but not because of her talent. Years ago, Rin Tin Tin, certain acts I don't like because they brushed me, Guys like Bing Crosby. Even though you're up there, you can always come down. Once you become a star, you can always fall right down. A typical case is John Wayne. He made cowboy pictures, became a star. Then he stopped making cowboy pictures. He remained a star. But his horse became a nobody. For years now, there's nothing around for the horse. Oh, they give him a stampede here and there, that's about it, what I mean, one producer was nice. He remembered the horse from the old days. He gave him a trot-on part. But after this trot-on part, the horse became very sick emotionally, They made him carry a bad guy. And John Wayne, he isn't the nicest guy either, Tells his butler, if the horse calls, I'm not in. Again, I look around ringside, I see nobody I know. I never see my following ringside. They're never here. My following is always in the back against the wall. And when the waiter comes over to him, they're going to shock. No, Rodney said we could stand here. Rodney said we Rodney.